What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I got some new sights for my wife's Walther PDPF that we're going to be throwing on. These factory ones don't quite do it with that optic on there. So I bought some new sights. I'm hoping they're going to work, so let's jump into it. So last year for Christmas, my wife got this Walther PDPF. We put a weapon light on it, a Holosun 507C on it, and she loves this thing, loves to shoot it, loves the way it feels, handles, all that stuff. The only downside is these factory sights are not tall enough to co-witness through that red dot. I don't know if you can see that. They are a little bit short, and I'm going to hopefully be changing those out today. The sights I got for her are some Night Fision Optics Ready Stealth Series sights. I measured, picked out the correct blade height that I think will work, and we're going to try throwing these on today. Now on Night Fision's website, they don't have an option to select the PDPF. So I bought the ones for the regular PDP, and I'm hoping they'll work. I believe they're the same. I did a little research. I think they're the same sights. Comparing the two side by side, they look the same. So we'll find out once we jump over to the bench and get throwing these things on. But if you're needing some night sights for your gun, Night Fision is the way to go. These are my go-to. I put these on all the guns that I can because they are an awesome sight. They work great, they're quality, they glow extremely bright in the dark, and you can pick your size. You don't just have to buy suppressor height sights. You can buy the correct sight depending on which optic you have, which is a cool option. And like with all my videos, I will have a link in the description that takes you to my website where you can check out all the parts and pieces that I'm using on this. I'll also link the other videos that I've done on this PDPF so you guys can go watch those if you'd like. But let's jump over to the bench, show you what we're working with. I'll show you my sight pusher, how I'm gonna do this, and then we'll get these things thrown on, hopefully. Over at the build list, I'll note which size sights that I bought so you guys don't have all these questions. On my regular PDP, when I put sights on it, I had a bunch of questions on which height that I used because the calculator on Night Fision's website didn't suggest the sights that I bought. How I went about that is I measured with a set of calipers the size that I wanted and chose from there. I'll tell you exactly which sights I bought, and sorry, I gotta look at my phone. They are for the compact and full-size PDP. They have a blade height of 330 to 353, and I ordered them with the front ring color of yellow and the rear ring color black. So if you guys want to check those out, go over there and check it out, but that's the exact ones that I bought for this gun. From what I hear, these sights are the same as Glock sight, so I don't have to push the front sight off like some guns. It just has a screw underneath the slide. I've got this VISM sight tool that I bought on Amazon. I'll make sure and have links for this stuff over the build list. But this makes it handy for those front Glock sights. You can't just use a normal socket. The walls on the socket are too thick. You can't get on there. So you'll need a front sight tool for that. So I'm going to pull this slide off, throw it in this sight pusher that I got. This is an AccuCraft sight pusher. I've used it a couple times and it works awesome. And get these things installed. Alright guys, I got those installed. This is how it turned out. Those sit nice and tall compared to the factory ones. It sits right above the deck of that red dot. That does co-witness now. It's a nice, clean sight picture. Now this back sight does have tritium in it also. During the daytime, it's just blacked out. And then when it gets dark, those tritium vials glow bright. That front sight is green, like I mentioned. And those sights are perfect in my opinion. That U-notch channel, the bottom of that channel is about even with the deck height of that red dot. Here's the comparison with that factory sight. You can see the difference in height on that. And then here's that front sight difference, if you can see that. I don't know if the camera will pick that up, but you can see how much taller they are compared to those factory sights. So those things turned out perfect. They worked awesome. I'm glad that they fit. Night Fision should probably update their website to include the PDPF in their description because those fit awesome. Like I said, I'll have links over the build list if you guys want to go check these out. I'll also make sure I note the exact size of the sights that I used on this gun. So if you guys have a similar setup, you can get the right ones. So now I'll have to get my wife and take this thing to the range, see how she likes these sights. Another nice thing about these sights is it has a set screw right in the middle. Right down in the valley of that thing, it has a set screw that once you get it perfectly centered, you drive that down to hold it in place. So if you drop it or bump it or whatever, that sight's not moving just a little bit. Before I set that set screw, I got out my digital calipers and measured side to side the distance from the side of the slide to that sight to make sure I had it perfectly centered on the slide. If you're wondering about that sight pusher, I did a full video on that. I'll make sure I link it below also. But I'm just glad these things worked out on the PDPF. Hopefully that'll help some of you guys out in the future. If you guys go to change out the sights on your PDPF series. One other thing, I'm going to start doing some merchandise. If that's something you guys would be interested, let me know in the comments. I'm kind of working through some things right now, trying to get some merchandise going because I've had a few comments of people wanting some. My wife actually just got this hat for me for Christmas, had it made. So let me know if you like that, if that's an option I should look into. But I'm thinking about doing some hats and t-shirts and hoodies and stuff like that. So let me know in the comments. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll check you guys on the next one.